We're going to have people coming in from Playback. We're going to have people coming in from YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. We're all over the world today. But let's get this thing going. JJ, how are we feeling?
Feeling pretty good, ready to get the Knicks up out of here.
Bro, I don't even know how they made it this far. It's about time they got kicked.
Yeah, we definitely got the Pacers, Dr. C.
Dude, how do we feel about a potential? Like, we'll obviously get to that point eventually with the full breakdown of the Pacers and Thunder when the time comes, assuming the time comes. But how are we feeling about that in terms of, like, are we really like,
Oh,
Thunder
you
and
know,
4, or are we
oh,
really?
OKC's the better team, clearly, but the Pacers are the chosen ones.
I mean, they're due at least one more miracle.
Yeah,
You got to think so, at least.
they've had a miracle in every round. Can you expect any different here?
The question is, does it come like game 3 when they're already down 2-0, or can they pull it out on the road again?
That's the biggest question.
What about today? Knicks at home, or do Pacers finally close it out? I say finally, like they've been waiting to close it out.
The Pacers want to close it out in New York so bad, I guarantee
it. I think they have to. I mean, we talked about going into last game, we were just like, it doesn't really feel like there's a good answer for them. And I'd say we're still kind of right about that. So we'll see. But let's get into today's game. We'll talk about game 4 a little bit and how it all fell apart for the Knicks. Halliburton, well, we can start there. Almost a triple-double in the first half. What was it? 32 and 15 with 0 turnovers.
He's putting himself in some conversations.
I think, yeah, no kidding. I mean, what was the final stat line? Let me check on it. 32, 15, and 12. 0 turnovers. The 0 turnovers might be the most impressive part.
Yeah.
How many passes did he make? Let's see. And with that stat line, 104 touches and 75 passes. 0 turnovers. That's about as clean as it gets. And for anybody who doesn't think that Halliburton is really like a superstar, what won me over was the fact that I started to realize how insane those turnover efficiency numbers were. So for that to not only carry on in the playoffs but become better says a lot. However, I'm not letting the Knicks get away. Their defense is still atrocious. Terrible.
Yeah.
At this point, they're obviously never going to do it, and they're paying Cat too much money to do it. But at this point, you almost have to run Cat or Brunson as a 6-man because their defense gets absolutely demolished if they don't. Is there any answer for the Knicks defensively?
Their answer for defense is just score more points.
The Pacers are probably the worst team to get in an offensive battle against, though.
They have no choice. What other options do they have? Defensively, they're not going to take Cat or Brunson off the bench, so they don't have much of a chance to stagger them in a go-home game, right?
Not at least in the starting and closing lineups, but at some point in the second and third and fourth, you have to. I mean, let's see. I'm looking at the rotations now. Whoa, Brunson and Cat sat a lot of that second quarter. Am I looking at the right game? May 27th, yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't come in until 5 minutes left. And in those minutes, this is the issue. In those minutes, the Knicks were +8. They're +8 with both of their best players off the floor. Meanwhile, Brunson on the game was +3. Cat was minus. No, am I looking at the right? No, I'm looking at. Brunson was -16. Cat was +3. You cannot have your best player be that bad for your team when he's on the floor. They're so bad defensively. It's not even. How many points the Knicks score in the first half? 43.
Damn.
43 or first quarter, sorry. 43 points in a quarter. The Knicks scored 35. That should be a great quarter. They lost comfortably. They lost that quarter. So when you have an offense that is very reliant on one player, and it's unrealistic, or two players, and it's unrealistic for those two guys to be hot for 48 minutes, and you can't play defense, there's not much you can do. And obviously, Mitchell Robinson started last game, so we can talk about what those adjustments were. Or he started the last two games. It's Mitchell Robinson on Miles Turner, and Cat started out guarding Siakam. The issue with that, and I'll pull up the exact numbers, Pascal cooks Karl-Anthony Towns. I mean cooks him. I think last game, he scored 10 of his team's 25 points with Cat as his primary defender. If I look at on the series, he scored 22 of his team's 51 points, shooting 9 of 21 with Cat as his primary defender. He's forced 4 shooting fouls on Karl-Anthony Towns in 52 possessions and 9.5 minutes being defended by Cat. So, I didn't start thinking about this until I started looking at this. How do we feel about Siakam first quarter? Because if they do run out Mitchell Robinson again, you kind of don't have a choice. Like if you put OG on Siakam, then who does Cat guard? Neesmith or Nembhard? Does that work? Can you see that happening? Can you see Tips making that move?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Because I started talking. I was talking with a Knicks fan in my comments yesterday or last night, I guess, and he was saying he expects him to put OG on Tyrese Halliburton. And in my mind, I was like, if Siakam didn't exist, that would make a lot of sense. But if Cat's starting on Siakam, then it does free up a little bit more. However, I don't know if I want OG running through pick and rolls with Hallie. I feel like he doesn't navigate screens all that well.
He's much better at doing it than Mikal, though. It's not even close.
But then you got Mikal on Nembhard or Neesmith. I mean, I guess that would work. Do you see them doing it?
If they want to change it up and try to win, I think it would make sense. You're going to have to live with something regardless. Would you rather have Siakam beat you or Tyrese Halliburton?
I think Hallie's going to beat you either way.
Scoring-wise or just passing?
Just overall effect on the offense. One way or another, it's gonna be pick your poison with him.
I think I'd rather take away his scoring.
Here's my counter to that debate. Obviously, with the Pacers, a big issue is cross matching when they play fast, right? Halliburton guards Mikal on that side of the floor. He's not going to guard OG. So you're kind of at the mercy of that already.
I'd rather let Siakam beat me.
Well, Siakam's going to be guarded by Cat either way.
Yeah.
Like I can pull up the film from the matchup and how they matched up in that one. If we go Knicks Pacers game 4. Whoa, typing's not my strong suit. I might have broke my thumb yesterday, by the way.
What was that, during soccer?
Nah,
Or
playing basketball. Somebody doesn't know how to swipe at the ball. All right, once this loads, we'll get some film up for you guys. How we doing, Jeff? The Knicks can deal with Siakam going off. I know it didn't work when he scored 39, but Hallie can't be the guy scoring 30. This is true. Let's see. So we don't get an ideal place to pause it for. So here we see Siakam on Cat, OG on Nembhard, Brunson on Neesmith, Mikal on Hallie, Mitchell Robinson on Miles Turner. Let's see if that's switched at all to open the second half. I think there was a switch here. Hold on. So Robinson on Turner. It looks like there was a switch here between McHale and OG off this slip screen by Hallie, and Brunson on Neesmith, Cat on Turner. So it doesn't look like anything changed. Actually, was that a switch? Let me go back to it.
I'm going to go pull up the...
Yeah, it was a switch. OG got caught on the Hallie screen. OG on Halliburton has been the best bet. The question is, why have they been so reluctant? I think the issue is just going to come once you're not in the double big lineups. What's the plan for Siakam? I know we're saying let Siakam score instead of Hallie, but I think you at least have to, even if you run that method, you still have to try and do something. And if the answer is McHale's gonna I guess I haven't seen McHale defending the post too much. How is he at defending the post ups?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Because let me go where I just had the game pulled up. Because that's the issue you run into. Where are we? Here we go. For once, outside
that started the third quarter, wasn't a switch.
It wasn't. It looked like a switch. Let me go back to it. Yeah, bro. McHale's coming up with Hallie. Hallie sets
No,
it
I'm
down.
talking about for Cat on Siakam.
Oh, no. I was talking about OG and McHale on Hallie and Nemhard. Because OG got caught on a Hallie screen and McHale switched onto Nemhard.
Gotcha.
Cat was on Siakam to start the first half and second half. So let's act for a second like they do make the switch. Either way, Siakam's being guarded by Cat to start the game. His line for the first quarter is 4.5 points. How do we feel about that?
I mean, I like it.
In the last 2 games, he's had 11 and 2 since the switch. The 2, he only had 8 minutes, shot 1 of 4. Doesn't look like he had any foul trouble. I'd be curious to see why that was the case. Why did he only get 4 looks? And why the rotation change? I guess that's another question I need to ask.
You want me to fly and go to the game on Saturday?
Let's pull up the, where is it? Siakam. Siakam, pretty much in transition, switched on to Brunson. Yeah, just go to work. So he scored in the first 2 minutes and then got 3 misses in a row. Pick and roll, slip, go to work. Fine with that look. Doc said trip is on him. We just got to buy drinks. Business expense. Don't worry about it. Is that OG helping, or did he just miss the layup?
It was a layup, but
I honestly can't tell if he got a piece of it. And then transition. So he got 4 shots in the first 4.5 minutes. Why didn't he shoot again? This is in game 3, not 4, by the way. What happened the rest of the time? Nemhard, Turner. So, did him and Hallie switch rotations? No, Halliburton's still playing the same amount of time. Did somebody get in foul trouble, maybe? No, it looks like the Pacers switched up the rotation for the first quarter. Because Siakam, in game 3, he didn't come back in. In game 4, he did. And it doesn't look like anybody was in foul trouble. They kicked off Ben Shepherd quick, though. Mitchell Robinson got, looks like another 9 or 10 minutes. But Cat foul trouble first quarter again. No surprise to anybody. And then Precious Achua got some minutes because of the Cat foul trouble. Josh Hart was getting a lot of run. I mean, same as usual, comes in 6 minutes into the quarter or into the half and finishes the half. Everybody was upset about Josh Hart last game. I didn't feel like he played that bad.
Did they say exactly why they was upset, or
No, they were. I was on the feed during the game and everybody was like, "Please get Josh Hart off the court for McBride." And I was like, I mean, Josh Hart hasn't been a defensive liability. McBride has 3 points. What's the big?
you didn't shoot that well either, huh?
Who, McBride or Hart?
McBride.
I don't think he shot that much. Period.
Oh yeah, 1 of 3.
Because I mean, we put him in the lotto. Josh Hart was turning the ball over. Let's go watch the turnovers. 5 turnovers. Against Indiana. Bad pass turnover. That's a good defensive play. Not really that upset. Ideally, it doesn't happen, but are we calling that a good defensive play, or are we blaming him for it?
No, we're blaming him for that.
I feel like Siakam's coming out of the blind spot, but I get it. Okay, that's a bad one. That's a pretty bad one. Oh wait, Josh Hart pick and roll. I thought that was watching it live. I thought that was a great play by Nembhard.
He was already by his hip, right?
He was telegraphing it a little bit now that I'm rewatching it. I will say, I don't know why you're doing a bounce pass with Nembhard against Siakam. Is this a travel? What happened? Oh, stepped out. That happens fucking 5 times a game. They're not that egregious. They're not ideal.
He did have most of them in the first half.
Yeah.
So I can see why they want him out the game after that.
I saw the tweet at the start of the 4th quarter.
I think by then it was just too late.
11 rebounds, though. 12 points. That's a good Josh Hart game. You never posted strikeouts. Here, I'll post them right now. Are you on
here? Take it.
Yeah. What?
He said, "Here, take it."
Have you posted anything in this game yet or no?
I have not.
Oh yeah, since JJ is too kind to plug it, JJ just started a Substack. So anybody that wants to join that, go subscribe, support the boy if you haven't already.
I've been doing a lot of game breakdowns so far.
You've mainly been doing WNBA, right?
Yeah. I'll probably get something out for the finals, game 1, like a little preview.
Yeah. I'm with it.
Posted.
I just posted strikeout projections. Obviously, it has some games from the one that already started. I actually haven't checked to see how those pitchers have been doing. Looks like AJ Smith-Shaver shit the bed, but I mean, he was pretty middle of the projection. Christopher Sanchez, I had him projected slightly over. He looks to be on good pace, so there is that. But yeah, go check the comments on the playback if you want to go join JJ's Substack. But let's get back to this game too. We'll plug it again for you later, JJ. Don't worry.
Appreciate it.
All right. Karl-Anthony Towns 25 rebound chances, 8 offensive, 19 defensive. Again, don't know how that happens. I want to watch some Mikal Bridges rebounds back because I think one of them looked like a normal play. The other ones I'm kind of like, all right, what are we doing? Let's see this one. Look at how long this bounces, bro. He's not, no. And then this one was lucky as hell. Cat can't catch a ball. This was the only legit one. I was like, okay, you're defending Hallie, drive and kick. Now you're in position. That's like a normal sequence of events.
Yeah.
And then last game, it was 2 offensive rebounds. So, like, the rebounds aren't really there as long as he's defending Hallie. The question just becomes how long is he going to be defended by Hallie? Which reminds me, actually, I was talking about Siakam first quarter and how he didn't get much work in game 3. I forgot Cat got in foul trouble in that game also, right? Him and Siakam came out at the same point of that game. And then Siakam came back in the last minute and 10 seconds. So I really am curious what the rotation switch, what led to it, and 2, if it sticks. Because that's a short break. Why is he doing that with his minutes? Like, these are like 2-minute breaks. And then third quarter, he went back to sitting for the second half of it. So what happened? I know he came in for Miles Turner. That makes sense. He kind of went small for a bit. But then they did do that in the
Obi
third
Toppin coming in for him
in this one.
in the first quarter, I think. And then
Obi Toppin came in for him in the first quarter too. But
what
then
about in the
Siakam
second
came back
quarter?
in during the Obi minutes.
I think they just want to like overlap with those two, I guess. Just a little bit.
But then why not do it again in the third quarter? That's my question.
So I think
Is
third
it flex?
quarter he plays all of Siakam's minutes and then he comes right back out when Siakam comes in, like last 20 seconds of the game or the quarter.
Yeah, but I'm just so looking at game 3, it looked like comes out at the 6-minute mark, plays the last minute or so. Same thing with third quarter. And then same thing with third quarter in game 4. So it looks like this first quarter is the outlier. He comes back in for Turner, which last game was just Tony Bradley doing. Oh, they're mirroring with Mitchell Robinson. That's why. So when Mitchell Robinson wasn't in and Miles Turner came in, they put in Siakam. That was what happened. So then in the third quarter, Mitchell Robinson, it looks like in the third quarter they just didn't care. Oh, in the third quarter they played more Miles Turner minutes. So we don't really know what Carlisle is doing, to say the least. So we can't. I don't know if I want to do Pascal first quarter points scored if I don't know if he's getting 6 or 11 minutes. Because it looked like they were even in those minutes with Turner. In this one, they went on a nice little run here. Damn, I really wanted to take advantage of that Cat matchup. I'll say this, if they put McHale on him, do you expect McHale to get cooked?
Yeah.
Have they been playing or like have they been matched up or not really?
Let me see.
I'm checking. On offense, McHale. Not really, and when he does, he's cooking them. 8 of 12, 16 of his team's 36 points in 20 possessions. So you don't, yeah. As long as it's not OG, he's been cooking. Now let's look at this real quick. OJ Anunoby's only scored 27 of his team's 163 points. For context, he scored almost as many points against Cat in less than a third of his team's points production. Who else we got? Mikal Bridges, 16 of 36. Mitchell Robinson, 4 of his team's 16 points. Jalen Brunson, 17 of the team's 25 points. And efficient. Damn, he's been damn efficient. Holy. 9 of 20 versus OG. 9 of 21 versus Cat. Where's Mikal? I was just looking at him. Oh, 8 of 12 versus McHale, 2 of 5 versus Robinson. So, I mean, Siakam is the, as much as Halliburton pulls the strings, Siakam opens the whole offense up for him in terms of mismatches.
Yeah.
I think he's still, what's his line at for points? 19.5 minus 125 on ESPN. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I think I'll play that, which then makes me shift my focus to Brunson because we played him for 30 points last game. He is at 39.5 this game. Same logic. Are we willing to go back to it even though he only shot the ball like once in the fourth quarter? They were kind of blitzing him. Like he was, granted, he was very passive. I don't want to let him off the hook. He was kind of letting it go. Like if we look at his 3 shots, that's another thing. Nemhard is super good at this, and he didn't start doing it until the last like game and a half. Really, more just last game. This late help, a la Golden State defense, he always times it perfectly. Whether it's
Yeah.
Cat or Brunson or what, he's really good at that because he always comes at it from angles that you don't expect a defender to be helping from. Like where there's, oh, I know what to look up. For those who saw, A1 Fantasy is on Karl Anthony Towns assists, and he posted a video breakdown that I wanted to look at some things because Cat is getting doubled in the post, which is true. I know this video quality is horrible, but bear with me. I don't know why Twitter does this when I share my screen. Most teams, when they show help on a post up, they'll do it from McConnell's defender, or they'll send this guy, which I can't tell if that's Ben Shepherd or Tony Bradley, whoever this is in this video. It's too blurry. They'll send one of these guys to show help, put a guy on the opposite block to take care of both Hart and Anunoby. What the Pacers did, and this is why it caused Cat so much trouble, is they sent it from this top of the key defender. And what the Knicks were doing is they were sending that guy to cut whenever that happened. And it made it very predictable for this guy to step up and help because right now you don't really have to worry about Josh Hart. This is not a pass that Cat's going to make. So if you time it right, you can just step into this space and cause a lot of trouble. And that's what they did every time. Like this is a 1.5 minute long video. You're going to see that happen almost every time. Again, post up, McConnell comes from the McBride side. Cat doesn't see it come. Nemhard's going to be really good at that. And let's see if we see it again here. So pause. You think it's going to come from Mathurin. Boom, it comes from Mathurin. McConnell steps up here. I think this is Obi Toppin. Takes care of both these guys. So the solution for the Knicks in this scenario is going to have to come from either the spacing of these two. So if they're going to make this cut from the top of the key every time, he's going to have to drag out to the top of the key. Josh Hart's going to come out to the corner. Or put Josh Hart here as the person cutting. Because as long as Josh Hart is in this corner, they're fine leaving him open. They'll defend. Obi will step up with, I think this is DeLon Wright, and they'll leave Josh Hart open in the corner. So ideally, you want Josh Hart making the cut. That way, you still have the spacing here. And I mean, it's let's see. This is about as far as I watched to the first time. So yep, Nemhard coming from the middle of the floor. Now he stays, which is what you probably should do. They wall up here. Can Cat find? Yeah, Cat finds that opposite corner. And that's the other alternative if you're not going to have anybody cutting anymore. What do we have here? Now we have Brunson. Handoff. Yeah. So if they're going to pick up Cat high and they're going to give Cat all this defensive attention, the burden now falls on Brunson. Brunson had 30 points last game. But, again, Not a lot of work in the fourth quarter. JJ, what do you make of all that?
The Knicks are losing tonight. That's what I make
They're
of
out.
it.
Yeah, we already knew that.
That's all I got.
As long as the Pacers magnet ball is activated, damn, they shot 8 of 19 fourth quarter, 3 of 6 from deep. How many turnovers did the Knicks have in the fourth? Only 3. It's not horrible. Do we think the Mikal Bridges fourth quarter magnet ball gets activated today?
Partially.
Is it his volume or his efficiency that becomes a big difference at home?
I think it's
Oh
just
my God.
efficiency.
Yeah, 50% at home, 39% on the road. In the playoffs, let me check regular season. Okay, not as big of a difference in the regular season. On threes, there's a big difference, though. It's going to have their, elimination game. As much as we want to say, oh, need to get Mikal more involved, oh, more cuts from OG, they're going to live and die by Brunson. Let's be honest. We've seen this movie before with the Knicks. We know when their backs are against the wall, it's give the ball to Brunson, let him save us. And I think that's what we're going to see. I was surprised we didn't see more of it in the fourth quarter. Like, this isn't the first time Jalen Brunson's been blitzed. It is worth noting, however, he had 15 potential assists, 63 passes made, only 5 assists. His line is 6.5. I don't know if it's still playable. I know throughout the series we've been talking about his under assists. Has that changed for you at all, really, or are we still? I kind of want to stay away from the assists, even though the potentials are there.
That's kind of where I'm at. Just kind of stay away.
What else is worth talking about? Obviously, we talked about Karl-Anthony Towns' assist. That should be a good play. Mitchell Robinson's rebound efficiency is kind of tanked since they started mirroring Tony Bradley's minutes with him. Like 11 rebound chances, 7 of them offensive, and he
Yeah,
finished.
he went under rebounds yesterday
Yeah,
or last game.
he finished with 7 rebounds, and 5 of them were on the offensive end. Now, with Robinson, you're always running the risk of the little tip action on the offensive end. Let's see if that happened at any point here. This is non-Tony Bradley minutes. Non-Tony Bradley minutes again. Why are we picking a Mitchell Robinson at the three-point line, Miles Turner? So right now, he had 5 offensive rebounds. All of them came second half. That one was with Tony Bradley. Damn, Tony Bradley came back in early in the third quarter then. God, he's just so much fucking bigger than everybody. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. All right, that one's a bit lucky. Is that all 5? Yeah. But it is definitely worth noting with Tony Bradley on the court, Mitchell Robinson's rebounding efficiency has tanked. So his line is 8.5 minus 130 for the under on Hard Rock. That's not a bad look. 9.5 for RA at minus 130 is also not a bad look. If Tony Bradley's going to continue having this much of an effect, I don't think I'm going to play it, but the opportunity is there. Who else can we talk about? OG Anunoby was cooking, wasn't he? 7 of 16 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3. So he was 6 of 9 on twos. We can't watch any of them. Are you serious? What are we doing, NBA? We got to be better than this. What was Josh Hart's potentials? Let's check. Josh Hart. 4 potential assists. I know he has a 4.5 assist line. What did he have last game? Do you know off the top of your head, JJ, or should I check?
Probably gotta check.
Outcome wins, just so I know. He had 9 the game before. 49 passes made in that game. And in the game, last game, even though with 4 potential assists, we're still looking at 41 passes. So 40 plus passes both games. I know the potential assist went down a decent bit. I think part of that is because a lot of his passes go to Karl-Anthony Towns. I can double check. But if you had 9 potential assists and 4 in the other one, you kind of don't know where it's going to go, in my opinion. Yeah, last game, 14 passes to Brunson, 6 to Cat. 1 assist, but 5 field goals made off his passes. 5 turnovers, but majority of them were on passes that would have led to buckets. That's also another great point. If we look at, let me go to the tracking, because there's another thing I want to check as well. Josh Hart. No free throw assists and no secondary assists, so there is that. We got you, prop plug, my B. That's the JJ bat signal. How we doing, man?
Yo.
What up?
How we feeling?
What I missed, man? What I missed so far? I joined late.
We're trying to figure out how they're going to defend Mikhail or Hallie if they keep Mikhail on him or switch OG onto him because Cat's starting on Siakam. Now that they're going double bigs.
Is Cat starting? That's the question.
Cat's going to start. Unfortunately, they pay him too much money. They made too big of a swing for him the offseason. I don't think they have the balls to sit him.
Okay.
Is Cat's knee okay? I mean, not really, but there's no way he's sitting out an elimination game like this.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me, like, if he's playing, it kind of makes me want to play his rebounds. I don't feel like he's playing defense on anybody. He should be sitting around the rim, but I don't even know if I trust playing that.
Well, the only concern is if the Knicks are switching and they try and hunt him more because of that knee,
dude,
then who knows? 35 rebound or 25 rebound chance is nice. This is line like 11.5 or 12.5.
I figure they would figure
11.5.
It's there, but I don't even know if I could.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Josh Hart, 19 rebound chances. What's his rebounds at? 8.5 minus 146. You can get his 9.5 at plus 110 on some sites.
Josh Hart should get a lot of run today.
I know. I could see that one. Especially because, bro, Mitchell Robinson is not getting the run that he was before.
They started.
Not playing second or fourth quarter, really. 19 minutes last game. Or is this last game? Or yeah,
Josh Hart played 36 minutes last game. Even if Robinson's starting, with Cat at like 50%, probably with a knee. I like Josh Hart today, like for the rebounds at least. I don't know if I trust him to shoot, but he should shoot.
No, I don't trust him to shoot. I think Bagmaster makes a good point. You can probably lean on some assists with the way that all of his turnovers would have led to buckets if the pass got through.
Mm-hmm.
So 13.5 RA or 9.5 rebounds at plus money. Which would you guys rather have?
I would say the RA just for a little bit more variance, but that's just me, man.
I'm kind of with it. 13.5 RA is tempting because I'm on Mikhail under RA too. So it correlates. Neesmith, I mean, his ankle looked fine. I didn't feel like there was any issues with his ankle.
How was his defense on Brunson? I feel like someone was talking about the stats and it was pretty good.
Brunson does not like being defended by him.
He was scoring against literally everybody else but Neesmith, I think.
You guys like OG today?
He got 16 shots last game.
And he went to the free throw line to get like 9.
Yeah. What was that check? Oh, Jalen Brunson.
Hey man, I'm going out of town on Sunday. I need some money.
That's what the sports books are for. They're donating to us today. This was a Brunson turnover. I thought that hit off Mitchell Robinson's leg.
You like Hallie? You like Hallie assist?
Do I like Hallie assist? It's gonna depend on how they guard him.
Mm-hmm. I see his assist at 9.5.
It's been hitting damn near every game, no?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see. Another. Neesmith is just. He moves his feet so well, and he's always there. He's always in front of you. But yeah, Brunson didn't do anything crazy against Neesmith in this game. 46 possessions against him, scored 5 points. For context, that secondary match we were talking about, Ben Shepherd, 7 points and 8 possessions. So yeah, Neesmith is still a problem for him, even with that ankle. Who else? Let's check on OG's matchup. OG had Siakam, 9 of 27 with him as a defender. Let's check where the shots were coming from. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen again. Y'all got to tell me.
I'm looking through other tabs.
OG 2 screens, a pump fake. All right, so that's one of those plays I look at where I'm like, okay, clearly there was something talked about in between games about getting OG more looks, because otherwise I don't think he would ever take that shot.
Yeah.
What's Hallie RA? Man.
Probably 15.5 if I had to guess. I haven't checked.
It's 14.5. He had 17 rebound chances last.
Yeah, but I think he had 9 rebounds first half, and then he didn't get rebounds second half until late. Like he went a good chunk of that second half with 0 rebounds. I mean, yeah, bro, they're running plays for OG.
Oh, it's his usage.
Let's check. Like, bro, I'm looking. Like, they're running pick and rolls, down screen. Like, they were not doing this the first 3 games.
22% usage.
That's good for him.
Yeah.
And he took, where was it? He took 22% of his team shots while he was in. I don't know. That's pretty solid for him. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
The question is, did they like it? Do they like what they see, and are they going to go back to it? Neesmith is creeping into that 2-way and top 2-way in the league combo. Yeah, I agree. All right, here's a fun little conversation for you guys. You taking Aaron Neesmith or Lou Dort right now?
Neesmith.
I think I'm taking Neesmith.
I think so too.
I think he's more reliable offensively.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't think the gap is that big. Neither of them you're not running the offense through either of them.
No.
But like, I don't think Neesmith is there. There's been a couple games where Dort's had a shitter and Lou Dort got played off by Caruso and Casey Wallace. I don't think that's happening with Neesmith if the roles are reversed.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think there had to be a conversation about OG because he came last game, shot 16 times, got to the free throw line. He 7 threes? He didn't even knock down one. Well, he took one of them.
You gotta remember he's playing injured.
Who, OG?
Oh no, I thought we were talking about Neesmith. Sorry.
No, yeah,
No,
OG.
he shot 1 of 7 from deep.
Yeah, I think I like OG today.
What was his passes made? Because he definitely had more touches than you. 28 passes made for OG is kind of a lot. Weren't we talking at some point, JJ, where he had like 11 passes made in the game?
Was that OG or was that somebody else?
I could have sworn that was OG.
No, I think that was Lou Dort.
Might have been both.
Could have been.
Who's OG guarding? OG's guarding Siakam?
Whenever they're not running double bigs, which has been more and more the last 2 games, he's been guarding Siakam, yeah.
Okay.
But that brings back to the question is, after that 32 points, 15 assist game by Hallie, do they make a defensive switch and put OG on him instead of Mikhail?
If OG's getting further away from the basket, then I kind of like the PA. I think I'll leave the rebounds alone. But
I would,
his PA at 18.5, if he's passing that much, I don't mind that.
I mean, the Knicks' philosophy from a rebounding and transition standpoint has been pretty simple all season, and it's still simple. It's OG, Brunson, and Mikhail. As soon as the shot goes up, they're outrunning in transition. And then Josh Hart and Karl-Anthony Towns get all the rebounds and just grab it and push. And that's still the case in this matchup. Landry Shamet, 11 minutes. I think he was actually like a decent positive when he was on the floor, if I'm not mistaken. +6. DeLon Wright, +11. I feel like this is the issue, is if DeLon Wright in 9 minutes is giving you a better impact than your starters, and the issue is pretty clear in terms of starters, Brunson and Cat together just isn't really working offense or defensively, you got bigger problems.
Yeah.
You got shit you got to look in the mirror and fix. Like that whole Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson switch didn't really do much for me. Not going to lie. Mitchell Robinson was -20 in this game. Holy shit.
I think it was working at first when it was new and it was like a wrench they threw in, but obviously everyone can make an adjustment. So they've seen how they can beat that.
Yeah, and it works. Stuff like that works a lot better off the bench too, because it's like you're doing it against the second unit, not the first unit, first of all. And 2, the flow of the game is kind of already established, so you're getting somebody in there that's disrupting the flow of the game in your favor. So when he's part of the flow of the game, that's not exactly what you want for a player like Mitchell Robinson, in my opinion. Mikhail shot 4 of 5 from 3. God damn. And how many rebound chances did Tony Bradley have? 4, and they were all offensive. So this man didn't have any defensive rebound chances. Does he have lines up? I'd be shocked. Oh, he does. 2.5 plus 120 for the under. His RA 3.5 minus 140 only on Bet365. For anybody who has that, 4 passes made. No, 4 touches. 3 passes made and 4 rebound chances, all offensive. Oh, that sounds like an amazing prop. I wish that was available on more books. What's his PRA? Do they have that? 5.5, also only on Bet365, so that's annoying. Yeah, for anybody who has Bet365, that Tony Bradley under 5.5 PRA looks pretty free, if you ask me. Prop plug, your boy Benny Matherin.
Yeah, bro.
It was you that was hyping him up, right?
Yeah.
He had a good game.
Man, he needs to get traded, I'm telling you.
I know.
Blossom on a new team.
I'll say this: what team do you think makes sense for Benedict Mathurin to get traded to?
The Pistons.
You think? Is he taking Tim Hardaway's spot?
Yeah.
Does he not run into the same issue with
I don't
that
care.
he's going into with Hallie?
I don't care.
I'm trying to think who I'd want him with. Bro, Nas is going to be too expensive for the Timberwolves. They can kick Nas out and put in Benny as their 6th man. I'd be with that.
For real, bro, I don't see him doing that and then them not running him this game. I think he was tired of sitting on the bench and, you know.
What was Ben Shepherd's rotation like? I know he came out early. Yeah, why did he come out so fast? Why did he come in so early? What is going on? Prize Picks got his PR at 5.5 for who? Tony Bradley?
Yeah.
That's still solid. Yeah. Hold up. Bet365 has 5.5 under PRA at
Bro.
-15. PR is -125.
Benedict Mathurin PR is at 8.5.
God damn, that's low. Let's see how he's getting his shots. I got too many tabs open, man. Come on. There we go. So no Hallie, but McConnell was on. End of the first quarter. Again, McConnell's running the offense.
My idea on people like Benedict, and Benedict specifically tonight, is like I like people like him off the bench when your first game plan's not going well, and if they try to adjust for Hallie or whatnot, you know, and that offense isn't getting going, they're gonna want that spark off the bench for sure. And I feel like it's Benedict more than it's like McConnell. I mean, McConnell at home, I would say, but I like Benedict though.
Yeah, it's tough when you know the coach doesn't really trust the guy for whatever reason.
For sure. I mean, yeah, for sure. 3 points in 12 minutes. Man.
It's a great. Oh, damn. That was a good take. Because the way I look at it, too, is if Ben Shepherd was getting a little extra run because he was the other defender on Brunson for a lot of the time, bro, he's still getting cooked by Brunson left, right, and center. So at what point do you say, okay, all he's doing is camping in the corner, shooting one shot a game, and Brunson's cooking anyways? Do we not just run Mathurin a little extra? I don't know. Rick Carlisle is smarter than me, but that's the way I'm looking at it. Who else is worth talking about in this game? Is Nembhard okay? I mean, I feel like I haven't heard his name all series.
I think it's just the defensive impact, but he struggled to shoot the last 2 games, 2 of 9 and then 1 of 9.
I mean, shit, he's had OG Anunoby defending him to start the last 2 games too.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's say OG switches on to Tyrese, which I still don't know if that's going to happen, but just so we're covering all our base here. Let's say OG to Tyrese, Mikhail, and Siakam. That now puts Brunson on Nembhard. No. Yeah. Right?
Say that again?
Turner gets Mitchell Robinson. Siakam gets Cat. OG gets Mikhail. That leaves Neesmith and Nembhard for Brunson and Bridges. Right? So, never mind. Mikhail goes to Nembhard and Brunson stays on Neesmith.
Bagmaster's very adamant about starting Hart today.
The starting lineup, I don't think Hart's the issue, but the starting lineup was -29 together in the first 2 games. I don't think they can go to that. I think if anything, the adjustment is to start McBride, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's what they'll do. Cole 8 assists is Hart 8 assists is plus 870. Where's the sprinkle? At that point, you might as well just go get triple double. I'm on Mikhail under RA in this game. That's all I have locked in. OG becomes kind of enticing. Siakam becomes enticing if you believe that OG gets switched off of him. And then I know we talked about Mathurin a little bit. Under RA for Mikal Bridges, yeah. I think that's where my line of interest stops in this game, though. Miles Turner is clearly not a factor.
Yeah.
Aaron Neesmith I know he looked good last game, but realistically, we don't know how that ankle's going to feel day to day. Mitchell Robinson unders are in play. However, it's tough to fade somebody that can have that efficient of a 1 or 2 minute period on the glass. But Tony Bradley has clearly been a difference in keeping him off the glass from what we've seen through the last 2 games. Karl-Anthony Towns getting doubled in the post means more assist chances, probably less scoring, and he's dealing with that knee issue as well. Josh Hart getting still good run and good usage, so that's worth a sprinkle as well. I think that covers everything I had to cover, unless you guys want to share some other stuff you're noticing as well.
I mean, I feel like that covers everything.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I think we see more Hart today with Robinson kind of getting exposed a little bit.
I agree. I'm right there with you. All right, so let's get an early look at tomorrow's game. Oh, wait. The Timberwolves suck.
Yep.
No, time for some parlays, everybody. Who's the referee in this one?
Looking right now. Zach Zarba.
No.
All right, so no free throws today.
No free. We got to take somebody's under. Where's the F5? Who's the whole crew? Not just the head guy.
So we got Zach Zarba, Josh Tyven,
Tyven.
And James Williams.
James Williams. So Zarba doesn't call a lot of fouls. The second guy, I forget his name, is pretty average. James Williams doesn't call any shooting fouls, calls a lot of personal fouls. Probably hurts Cat because he sets a bunch of moving screens and has a bunch of stupid fouls. Hurts Brunson a little bit.
I'm definitely you guys are gonna see me tweet that Benedict Mathurin later for sure.
I mean, that's a low ass line. I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see through the smoke. Like I don't think it's about this series. Like I said, I think if they try to slow down Hallie or the first unit's not having success, they need that off the bench.
Yeah.
And for him to do that in that last game, they're gonna try it again. And I feel like they want to keep him going. The momentum for next round. And looking at it, bro, 12 minutes, he shot 8 field goals, which is the same amount as Miles Turner, the same amount as Neesmith, the same amount as Nemhart. So he's getting the same volume in 12 minutes. That's not even including the 11 free throws he shot. So I'm gonna definitely fire him up.
I like it. I'm with it. Let's go through and watch, because Bagmaster makes a good point. If they don't turn the ball over 20 times, this game's probably a little different. So let's look at how these turnovers come.
Oh, we know 5 of them are off of Josh Hart.
Yeah. I think the issue is you can say you lost the game because of turnovers, but no matter which way you spin it, Hallie still went off for 32 and 15. Yeah. So unless you want to say he got 10 points and 4 assists from turnovers, you still have to address that problem, I think. This is where we had that discussion about whether Siakam was in his blind spot or not. Cat in the post. They're going to send the double from McConnell. McConnell gets the steal here, actually. It's funny we've watched so much film on each separate player that I feel like I recognize every single one of these turnovers. Delon, that window was never open. Oh, actually, no, because Ben Shepherd's there. He's saying he traveled because he thought he was going to try and hit Hart through the gap with the bounce pass. I don't know about that one, Delon. That one might be on you.
Hey, JJ, you like Page assist today?
I do. You gotta keep attacking the skies.
Yeah, man.
And assist matchup.
You like Ariel too?
I do.
Look at you, man. Look at you. I swear, if I wasn't losing my hair, we could be brothers, bro. Could be twins.
Prop plug, you got to join his Substack. He's doing WNBA breakdowns in there.
Yeah, I saw it.
I'm trying to make sure we keep plugging it. His Substack. We got to get that bumping for him.
I got to work on tomorrow's preview. There's 5 games tomorrow?
You're asking the wrong person. If you're asking me.
Think so? I think so.
Yeah, there's 5 games tomorrow.
Yeah. Sheesh.
These are all kind of. There's some bad ones mixed in there, but I'm looking at a lot of these turnovers and I'm like, how are you allowing this to happen? Like stepping out of bounds. That's a great defensive play by the Pacers. God, they're so fucking good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Offense foul by Cat, of course.
He said he's been thinking about it.
What, WNBA?
Yeah.
I think once the NBA is done, I'll get in the swing of it. The issue is I haven't watched any WNBA. Not just I don't look at this. Like I don't know shit about any of the players, so I need to take the time to
stats
go
right
through all
now
that.
either, bro. Like there's
What?
no game, like there's no advanced stats right now. It's hard to find
Yeah.
potential, rebound chances, all that stuff.
That's the other thing. I feel like you got to watch.
Yeah.
Which again, I haven't been doing, and I can't responsibly tell people to tail something when I'm not watching the games that I'm telling you to bet on. And baseball was the same way when I first started. Like I watched it here and there, like it would be on SportsCenter and stuff, but I would never actually like sit down and watch baseball, and like I didn't know much about the players. So the first like half a season, or the season I started capping baseball, the first half of it I was just watching and reading articles and looking up stats, and then I didn't start capping until the second half of the season. So I'd have to do the same thing with WNBA. Oh, we this restarted. I was about to say. I can make better press conference setups in my bathroom. Yeah, I mean, they don't got the money, man.
Nope.
Whatever reason you want to say. Whatever reason you want to say. They just don't got the money.
The league has changed a lot since last year. It's a good time to get on the wagon now.
I wonder why.
We all know why. Yeah, we all know.
It's because Angel Reese, baby. I saw somebody post a screenshot of her stats. They were like, they're trying to make this about race. She's just terrible at basketball.
Bro, you see that thing where they compared her and what was the dude? What was the Porter brother who was gambling on himself?
Jonte Porter.
Jonte Porter. He was trying to miss and she wasn't.
Yeah.
still had a higher percentage.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. I think NBA Centel getting the WNBA game has been the funniest shit ever.
He's gonna be unstoppable this year with that.
Oh my god, it's the rage bait just goes through the roof with WNBA fans. I saw it. Do you guys see the one where they said with Caitlin Clark being out for 2 weeks, the WNBA has lost 95% of its followers?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the outrage.
Yeah.
You would have assumed somebody killed both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese with how people were reacting to that one. Oh, it's gonna be bad. And you can't like every time you criticize them, it's like, oh, you just don't like women. It's like, bro, people still talk shit about Clay for shooting 0-10 3 years ago in one game.
Yeah. They're not ready for the NBA side of Twitter.
No, it's gonna be fucking.
What about the entertainment that got fined $30 after a fight? Yeah, that was hilarious. I think that was like one of his first posts about WNBA this year too. I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna take off.
Oh man, it's fucking hilarious. All right, are we playing a free throw under in this game, or are we just gonna avoid the free throw lay?
I kind of want to avoid it.
All right, no free throw lay today, but stream parlay, and we have some options because obviously it's been a minute since one of these parlays went in. For whatever reason, obviously yesterday the blowout hurt us a little bit. We were one Jalen Williams 3 and one Jaden McDaniels 3 away from hitting, but we have the option to switch it up. We can keep doing what we're doing and hope variance catches up with us on the flip side, or we can switch it up. One NBA, one MLB, one WNBA prop. Prop plug, you're part of this democracy as well. You get to have a say here.
Hey, I'm honored, bro.
Bro, you're practically part of this panel just as much as we are. I don't know why you're surprised.
I'm honored, bro. I'm honored, man.
But what you want? You want to keep it NBA or you want to make it multi-sport?
Yeah. I mean, it's a decent, it's a little WNBA slate, so we could throw something on there. I really like the two props I threw out, that Page assist and Aaron Atkins points.
I mean, we both like it, yeah.
You gotta pick one, or we can water them both down and put them in.
If you want to run a lotto, you can run Page for a double-double. That's what I would.
Page for a double-double?
Yeah. I'm getting ready to post her assist.
Yeah.
What's her assist by itself?
6'5", like -1. Well, I got it right.
Double-double. -114.
Double-double's a big jump then. I thought that was going to be like 8.5 or something.
Well, the problem is every primary ball handlers had 8+ assists against the Sky already this year.
Yeah, bro. Melissa Thomas just had 15 last game.
What's her Page assists? So her 8+ assists is +164. I said let's try and get one through the hoop first. We'll stick with that one.
I'm cool with that.
MLB, I like Emerson Hancock. The issue is FanDuel does not offer.
Yeah, 6.5 assists the normal line.
So what we can do. Oh, actually, let's see if they want to give me Zach Wheeler props yet.
Enrique's gonna sell shit 3-foot balls.
Zach Wheeler 7Ks is -138. I might take that.
She might just hit 4 threes tonight.
That's the second game of the doubleheader. I don't think any other book has him up right now. Yeah, -136. So I'm gonna make that the baseball play. Zach Wheeler strikeouts. Going. I could go 8 actually. I do have him projected 8. I'm pretty sure. Fuck it, we'll go 8. Who's the umpire in that one? All right, and we need the NBA prop's going to be all three of us and the chat. We're going to turn this.
We gotta all agree on something.
Yeah, true democracy. So I think. All right, here's the way we'll do it. All three of us will pitch one NBA prop, and we'll get one from the chat, and then we'll put up the stream or the poll for all 4. How does that sound?
Works for me.
All right, JJ, Mr. Substack, you get first pick.
Let me look through this real quick. Fucking NBA.
I feel like Doc's gonna pick that Pacers money line. I might.
Oh, he said a Josh Hart double-double with a Page double.
Pacers are +150. Fuck my, not that's bad.
I am going to take.
Gut call.
I think I gotta go OG.
OG, what point? 15 points? 20 points?
15 points.
All right. So option number 1, OG 15 points. Prop plug, you get second pick for NBA.
We'll do alt line?
You can do alt line, you can do straight line, whatever you want. Just as long as it hits.
Well, I mean, the regular line was going to be that Benedict Mathurin. I like that 8.5 PR. But I'll run Josh Hart for 8 rebounds, and we're doing the alt line.
All right, Josh Hart, 8 rebounds is the next one. I might have to do Pacers money line. I don't like McHale. I like both the OG and Hart picks you guys had. I don't know what to do with Siakam quite yet. I don't want to do the cat assist just in case the Pacers still have that up their sleeve. I'll go Pacers spread +4. And then the chat, you guys get one. So put your options below. The one with the most reactions gets to be the fourth option in the poll. Actually, Propluck, do you want Hart rebounds or RA?
I like the 8 rebounds. Unless you're taking all RA at like 12. Do that.
Let's see which one has better odds. 11.5, all RA is minus 260. 12.5 is minus 172.
Shit,
8 rebounds is minus 235.
Yeah, either the 8 rebounds or the 12.5 RA. Probably 8 rebounds just to be safe.
All right, 8 rebounds it is.
Yeah.
Cat under 1.5 assists. Mitchell Robinson unders. Those are the two options in the chat right now. Quick reminder for those that are watching on YouTube, since we're live on YouTube today. If you guys haven't already, make sure you go join playback for. There's a chat on there that you can react like Discord messages, and we put polls up there. So we will continue going live on YouTube, but the full experience is on playback for those who do want that. So highly recommend. Somebody on YouTube asked, "What's the website, NBA website you guys are on?" It's literally NBA.com. So there's a lot on NBA.com that most people don't know about. So if you haven't played around with it, I highly recommend doing it. Hallie double, TJ McConnell 5.5 RA. OG points is already JJ's choice, so that's already going to be an option in the poll. Don't worry. So right now, Mitchell Robinson unders has the most reactions. That doesn't change in the next minute or so. He will be the last option in the poll. And JJ, you got or both of you guys got a question in the chat about WNBA. The W, sorry.
Is Paige and Angel Reese 10 plus points each air?
I mean, it should be. I think Angel Reese is going for a double-double. I don't like taking her to score, but I think she's going for a double-double. And Paige should get 10.
I mean, she has a good matchup to score here.
Yeah.
DeLon Wright has lines?
I think she'll have good volume. Yeah. I think I seen 2.5 points earlier.
2.5 points is minus 160. PRA is 4.5. It is available on MGM. That's interesting.
So I got OG for 15, Josh Hart for 8 rebounds.
DeLon Wright, 2 shots last game, 1 the game before, 1 assist in each game, 0 rebounds. That's interesting. Tony Bradley under 5.5 PR was the play, or PRA, either one. All right, it looks like Mitchell Robinson unders is the last poll option. Guys, which one do we want for Robinson? Under RA, under PRA? We'll leave that one to us.
Let's see.
So I'll probably go PRA just because you're throwing more, you're throwing in a higher number. I don't see him getting assists, and he needs to score. He needs to get offensive rebounds. So you're just adding a lower probability that you need to catch.
14.5. Robinson under 14.5 PRA.
Doing chat said Shamit threes. You look, bro. Shamit RA is at 1.5.
All right, the poll is up.
I'm voting PRA.
You can vote for whoever you want.
No, that's actually what I like, though. That's the only thing.
No, now our votes actually count. We're not discounting it. Oh, Pacers spread in the lead. It's a tight one, though. Nobody's voting for JJ Zananovi. He didn't even vote for it, to be fair. Pacers spread is 4.5. Same logic. I'll outline it if that's one we choose. On FanDuel, I was looking at +4. Am I going to get a boost on FanDuel considering this isn't an SGP? I should have probably checked on that before we started doing this, but.
Hey, JJ, I got Atkins at 11.5 last night. She's at 12.5 now everywhere.
I did see that.
Yeah.
When I was researching everything, that 11.5 looked real nice.
Yeah. I saw people playing Cardoso. I get it, but I like Atkins.
Yeah. I think they had a crazy line for PRA.
Atkins?
For Cardoso.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw her appear like 17.5.
It was like 17. Now it's at 19. Looks like it's going to be Pacers.
Our ratio of votes to viewers is nice today. I appreciate you guys. I'm not gonna lie, the chat's the best part of live streaming.
It is.
For sure.
Like
we used to do Twitter Spaces, like me and a couple other people, and we moved the Twitter Spaces to playback, obviously for multiple reasons. But yeah, I like the chat aspect, and obviously the money too.
But yeah, me and JJ were talking. We were like, because we see there's a couple other creators on playback, but they only use playback for the games. Like when they're just only live stream, they're on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. And I'm like, I get it, but playback is one, a better app, and two, like we don't even run subscriptions on here, and it still pays better than other apps. So I'm like, all right. Which reminds me, if you guys have friends that you want to join in here, please do, because if I recall correctly, we're at 975 people in the room. We're trying to get to 1,000. We're going to do something once we get to 1,000. Don't know if it'll be a giveaway. Don't know what the plan is yet. We're going to do something. We'll figure it out. If you guys have any suggestions, please let us know. But we're almost at 1,000 sub or people in this room, and we want to do something to say thank you to you guys for everybody that isn't here. So, Jeff, did you really just say that in the chat? What are we doing here? Let's get to 1,000. JJ makes the soccer lace for a month. I like that plan. It'll save me some time. Is there soccer today? I think.
Hey, if Benedict Mathurin gets, let me go. Hold on. I'm just throwing it out there for the chat. I'm laddering. I'm not gonna play Benedict Mathurin at 8.5 PR because if he's hitting it, he's finishing with like 15 PR. So you can get Benedict Mathurin PR at. I'm trying to find it on my little Mickey Mouse books I got. You can get 15 PR plus 360 for Benedict Mathurin. That's probably what I'm running.
All right, guys, ladder him to 30 points. If he doesn't get it, prop plug's not allowed back in here.
Blame DP if you don't get
it. All right, I got the parlay for you guys. Wheeler, 8 Ks. Page, 8 assists. Pacers, plus 4.5. How the fuck did the Pacers move to plus 100? That's fire, I guess. I won't complain, but damn. Yeah, I'll take it. Oh, when you apply the boost, does it apply it to all the... Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that. I thought they just added it to the payout at the top. That's interesting.
You like a Wheeler ladder more than you like a Gore ladder?
I
mean, I'm running that Wheeler. I'm just curious.
I think... Let me check something. Oh, I don't have...
I was debating amongst all three of them good pitchers that we got left. Wheeler, Sale, and Gore. I'm laddering like two of them. I don't know who.
Okay, I don't have my sheets on this computer. I only have it on my laptop because I forgot to save it onto my cloud thing. I think I do. The thing that's kind of scares me with Gore, who's he playing today? I'm blanking. He's playing somebody that's mid.
Here you guys go. I just swiped the projections. There you go. It's in the chat. You're welcome. I follow this guy. He's pretty knowledgeable, man.
I've seen that guy. He fucking sucks.
He reeks.
Yeah. Okay. So Seattle, let's pull this up real quick because this is something they started out surprisingly good this season and then kind of fell off in the whiff rate department. The scary part is they still don't chase that much, which is like not normal to have a high whiff rate without chasing. And then let me check whiff rate this month. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't mean to do by venue. My bad. By the way, for anybody who researches baseball, this literally has everything you could ever want. Everybody, yeah, bro. Seattle has the second highest whiff rate in the MLB this month against left-handed pitchers. Like they're up there with Colorado.
Okay. Say no more.
I might run Gore actually. None of these guys are whiff pitchers, so I don't really care. Crochet got 9. We love that. Robbie Ray only got 2. That's concerned, but that's like April. That's what I'm saying. This is Baseball Savant. Just type in on Google. Type in Savant Statcast search, and that'll have everything you want. One of these pitchers will get rocked. Sales matchup is okay. Let me check K percentage. Will it let me? Where the fuck is strikeout percentage? Oh, hold on. I gotta do this. Sale's been mid this year. He's been mid in the hitting department. So, like, when he gets hit on, he's kind of getting smacked. But his K stuff has been there the entire season. Like, we're still talking 88th percentile in whiff rate, 94th percentile in chase percentage, 88th percentile in strikeout percentage. It's just like the barrel rate's higher than usual. Expected batting average, not as elite as usual. That's where the issue comes from. Like, just for context, we can go to Wheeler. He has better chase and whiff stuff than Wheeler, but Wheeler has better strikeout percentage right now. Damn, 98th percentile in expected ERA. That's fucking nuts. And then who is the other one? Gore. God, I keep forgetting how insane he's been. 95th percentile in whip percentage, 97th percentile in strikeout percentage. He's just been so fucking good. And he gets a good matchup. Let me check one more thing. This is Baseball Savant. Oh no, hold on. I also need to check if Acuna is playing in the second game or not. So in the last month, Atlanta's been pretty mid in the strikeout department. Whiff percentage, they've been one of the best. If I go last 2 weeks, Acuna, yeah, I thought Acuna was playing game 2. And if he is, I'll admit that's not ideal. Because I think he has a pretty decent history against Wheeler. Where is it? So Atlanta's been pretty average in the strikeout percentage department. Better than average in the whiff department. I just think Wheeler's too good to be at a 6.5 line against a team he's seen frequently enough. And we can check how they do against his pitch mix. So he's throwing a lot of four-seamer, some sinker, some sweeper, some split finger. It's pretty spread out. If we want to look at the last month, what it's been, more or less the same. A lot of fastball, honestly. We're looking at 70% of his pitches are fastball. So let's just go look at that whole group, right? Come on, we can do it. Atlanta's whiff rate is 5th highest in the MLB this month against the fastball group, which that's really solid. If we want to go check Gore, again, we're just trying to figure out which pitcher has a shitter. Because 2 of them are going to have a great spot. 2 of them are going to have a shitter. A lot of four-seamer and curveball if we look at the 2 count, which is where we need the whiffs from. A lot of curveball and slider from Gore. So let's go check on curveball and left-handed pitcher. We're looking for Seattle.
Lawrence Butler is my cousin. He said he's getting a home run today.
Deadass?
Is this recorded?
It is.
Never mind then.
Why, you're not allowed to share that information?
I just don't want anyone to fact check me if it doesn't work out.
Bro, we don't know your name. None of us know your name.
It's Prop Plug Butler. So
Cousin. You know your cousin doesn't have the same last name as you, right? Seattle surprisingly decent. Or no, they're decent against the curveball. Not anything great. If I check the slider, some cousins have the same last name. Yeah, a lot of cousins do, but it depends on what side of the family.
Yeah.
Seattle's
so we're running Wheeler for 7. Is what you're running?
We put him for 8 in the lotto.
All right, bet.
I might play, depending on what other books put his line out as, I might run him for 7 as a straight.
I'm running my 7 on prospects just for some push potential.
Oh, DK just put him up at minus 125 for 6.5. That's a pretty good line.
Yeah, it is.
Sale is not up anywhere else. Just FanDuel at minus 160 over 6.5. Yeah, let's check Sale as the last one. Sale's throwing a lot of slider. A lot of slider. So let's go check. Not Philly. Oh, Philly is not good against the slider. Not good at all. Let me check in the last month. Yeah, Philly's the 3rd worst team against the slider from lefties this past month. So if we go... Dude, they all might go off today. I'm looking, bro. Jacob Lopez got 8 Ks. My ass, bro. They're all going for 10 Ks. Gore got 6 against him earlier. Robbie Ray 8. Sale only got 5 earlier this season. Damn, this dude gave up 9 hits against them. What happened in this game? I know he's bad to start the year, but god damn. Doc, bro, go let the dog out and locked up all day. He's doing all right. Katie's home. Jose Barrios might get rocked versus the A's. I like the A's bats. I wanted to fade Jose Barrios today, but I think the books are ahead of it. They're ahead of his lines. All right, so here's the lotto again. Anything else to share before we sign off?
I think that's it.
Love it. And then
in Page we trust.
In Page we trust.
Page we trust.
Doc, what you think about Pacers money line? Bro, the Pacers are gonna bounce them today. It's over. Check in Discord in a minute. Got you. All right. I think it's time. Everybody, good luck tonight. I think with the new method, new blood, a little bit of fresh air, I think we're finally going to hit one tonight. We're all big Wheeler, Page, and Pacers fans tonight. Thank you, everybody, to tune in, whether you're on Discord or playback. And, well, actually, we don't have NBA tomorrow, do we?
Nah.
Nope.
So, but we do. You got to listen. Me and JJ got the show tomorrow.
All right. I was about to say, you guys got it. I'll be the guest appearance.
All right.
Yo.
Yeah, we got 5 WNBA games tomorrow.
We talk about it.
Start learning about WNBA. Is listen to you guys talk about it. Give me a couple weeks, and we'll be the top 3 sharpest WNBA cappers.
When the NBA is over with, I'm sure you're gonna get in your bag, man.
Probably. I can't do MLB for 8 hours a day. I don't have that in me.
I'll say WNBA is much more consistent than NBA.
Love it.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I need to hear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow for WNBA. I'll message both of you guys about what time we're going to get all that going. Otherwise, good luck tonight, everybody. Let's make some money.